Hi, Monju.
Hello, Kim. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. And thank you so much for being here today to share about your experience with magnetic speaking. Hopefully, somebody will see this video and maybe something you say will connect with them and encourage them to jump into public speaking training themselves.
I hope so too. And thank you for having me.
Of course. So, first off, what had you get interested in developing your public speaking in the first place?
So, back in those days, when I used to talk, I was very scared. Um, just to talk in front of a big team, I would feel like my heart would come out from my chest. So, to get rid of this feeling, this anxiety, and
Mhm.
to deliver my thought, I wanted to get public speaking training.
Yeah, I hear that it was really important too to be able to express your thoughts and ideas clearly and concisely. Right.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
and how did you discover magnetic speaking of all places?
So I did some Google search and selected some of those based on the reviews. When I called them, they had some different options, like a free class options, and talked to the trainer. So magnetic speaking, I took the free class with one of the trainer named Rahul, and that was it. After that, I became a magnetic speaking family member.
We hooked you from the start. So
Yes,
it's
yeah.
we've loved having you here. It's really been a pleasure having you participate in our programs. And speaking of programs, would you mind sharing what programs you've done and what you've gotten for yourself inside of your participation?
Okay, so I had 4 full day boot camps.
Mm,
These are 8 hours. You get to train yourself. It's not like you're gonna take the notes or watch the video. Whatever you learn, you will practice it, just like performing in the stage. So those are the things we do in the boot camp. Those are amazing to practice what you learn. And after that, with the boot camps, we have lots of free class. Those are free classes specifically to focus on one single tool to practice and a deep dive. So those really helped me a lot.
that's awesome. And then for anybody that's listening or is watching this video, the 4 boot camps Monju was referring to was our delivery boot camp, messaging. We also offer storytelling and impromptu. Those are the 4 core areas. And then we have additional boot camps as well for meeting facilitation and women in leadership. And the weekly classes are the 1 hour weekly classes, either in person or virtual. So I just wanted to clarify that in case this gets seen by anybody and they're confused on that. And then what did you, if you could maybe summarize one big outcome for yourself, like one learning outcome or takeaway that you've gotten in your participation, what would that be?
So just like I mentioned, I used to scare just to join the meeting. And now I am the facilitator of the meeting.
That's huge. That is awesome. Yeah, and I'm sure as you've stepped into that new leadership role, you've probably discovered some of the techniques have, I would imagine, have helped to keep everybody on track and engaged in the meetings.
Yeah, leadership, public speaking, or how to control taking over the meeting. It will help you to be a leader, to show your leadership quality. And public speaking is a great tool to show that leadership.
Yeah, absolutely. It contributes to everybody in the room. When you're
Exactly.
facilitating a meeting or a presentation, you're delivering is really clear and sounds great. It contributes to everybody.
hmm
Well, Monju, it's
Especially
really
during these virtual days.
hmm,
So we don't see each other in person. If you take control of the meeting or if you lead the meeting, so around the globe, based on your company, everywhere knows how great leader you are. So that's like one main tool, especially nowadays.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Monju, thank you so much for hopping on this call with me and sharing your experience of participating with magnetic speaking. One last thing I want to end on is what are your thoughts on other professionals improving their communication and public speaking skills? Would you recommend that?
Obviously. So public speaking itself is a really great tool for any professional, regardless across the board. And to be a master on that tool, on my public speaking, I highly recommend to use magnetic speaking as your best friend.
That's great.
So yeah, I
Thank you,
highly recommend to
Monju.
use it.
This has been awesome, and I can't wait to see you in a future class.
Sure, I'm excited too.
Awesome.